Hi everyone, today we're discussing massage for dogs and specifically to locate and relieve trigger points. So stay tuned, and by the end of this video, you will be well equipped to assess and help your dog at home. So once again, I'm Adam and this is Bo. Let's dive in. So what are trigger points specifically? Well, they're tense knots or areas on your dog's body that may cause them discomfort or pain. Now, common areas for these to happen are typically the neck, the shoulders, and even along the back. Understanding previous injuries or surgeries that your dog has had could give you some insight on where to search. For example, if your dog has had a bad injury to the back end, what they'll do is they'll tend to shift their weight forward towards their shoulders and neck. Therefore, some of those muscles in that area might be overworked, and often you will find trigger points. So step one is locating the trigger points. So with time, you will definitely get better at this. But what you're really looking for are changes to the resting tone of the muscles. So often this will feel like knots, or that's what they're most commonly referred to. You could also feel some ropiness in the muscle, but typically with a bit of pressure, this will elicit a reaction from your dog. Either they're gonna give you a look, they might try to get away from you out underneath your hands, or commonly what you'll see is a twitch response in the muscle, in the skin, below the point that you're touching. It's vital to understand your dog's body language. So look out for signs like whimpering, restlessness, or excessive licking in a certain area. This could indicate pain, and it may indicate that there's something more going on than just a trigger point. Now, let's dive into some hands-on techniques. Always start gently and slowly, increasing pressure only if your dog seems comfortable. Use appropriate pressure for the size of your dog. So for example, small dogs, you're essentially going to use the same pressure as testing the ripeness of a fruit at a grocery store. When you move on to larger dogs, you're gonna obviously apply a little bit more pressure, but still start light and see what they like and what they can tolerate. The first thing you can do is just do a light pressure and hold. You'll want to hold the area of the trigger point for 30 seconds and see that the reaction or tension underneath your thumb decreases. Remember not to apply too much pressure. You're not trying to smush the muscle, you're just trying to get it to relax. The second thing you can do is more of a gentle kneading, similar to kneading dough. This can help loosen the area as well. So you can do a circular motion around the muscle. You can knead it just vertically or horizontally back and forth. But experiment with what your dog responds to best and then continue with that. Over a period of time, that should relax the muscle and it should feel less ropey and knotty. A third option is skin rolling. I'll link up here to another video where we discuss that specifically. And then the fourth option is what I love to use most on dogs that I see, and that's specifically for releasing muscles around specific joints. So how you do this is you would pin a muscle, just like I showed in the first example, where you'd hold a trigger point, and then you would lengthen the muscle with different movements. For this, you must have a basic understanding of anatomy, such as the origin and insertion points of the targeted muscle, as well as what the primary action of that muscle is, so this can be effective for the dog. I will link to two videos that I did down below in the description that I did specifically on hip and low back issues and what muscles you can release and what this looks like, so you know how to do it specifically for those two muscles. Now, after the massage, it's important and it's always a good idea to provide your dog with fresh water and to encourage rest in a warm, comfortable space. This helps them to relax. They can reap the full reward and benefits of the massage as well. Now, if you're doing this consistently, I don't want you to do it every day at the start. When you first start out, give the dog 48 hours before repeating. If you do it too much on a trigger point, sometimes you can aggravate that trigger point and make it a lot worse, and then your dog's gonna want to react or try to avoid the massage altogether. Well, that's a wrap for today's session on dog trigger point massages. Remember, we're aiming for a gentle, caring approach. Always be mindful of your dog's comfort level. And if there's any severe pain or unimproving trigger points, professional advice is always crucial.